I've got Joe Norris from Get Your Tips Out, and today's video is about the Bettors Blueprint, which is our in-house AI gambling bot, and it allows you to save quite a bit of time and stuff like that in helping to make predictions and outcomes of certain events on the football specifically. So, Joe, can you explain to the viewers today of how the Bettors Blueprint has been helping you make better informed decisions of football tips?
Yeah, so the betting blueprint's been huge for us. Obviously, we use it. We input a hell of a lot of data into this. An example I can sort of give to you is when you're looking at sort of lower league teams, and you might not know as much about what's going on. So with the refs, for example, with this data, you just input it. You can see, how many cards these refs are giving on average, things like that, and it basically just gives you a better informed decision. Another example is like on the Europa League, when with the refs as well. You don't know, you might not be familiar with these refs, and you're basically just crunching the numbers, putting in as much data as possible, and then it can obviously help you make your final decision on whether to back cards or not back cards.
Yeah, also I quite like it for the data that it gives on the corners as well. So certain teams line up and they might have two wide wingers that are consistently attacking, and it's different obviously, and normally in a lower league type of thing with Europa. But if you're seeing that they're getting 16, 17 corners on average in a game, then you might be like, right, let's back overs on corners or something like that. Or if you know that they set up with a bank of five at the back and they only do counter attacks, well, then you're going to go low corners and stuff like that. So I think it's like you said, I think in the Premier League or Championship or sometimes in the Champions League, you know the teams, you know all the players, you know all the referees. You can make informed decisions quite easily on the fly, pretty much with those type of games. But if you're looking at a League Two game, sometimes I actually quite like, one of my preferred bets is actually doing low bookings in a local derby. So let's say Everton are playing Liverpool. I don't always do this. It all matters on the referee. But if Liverpool are playing Everton, but you know that you've got a referee that gives generally low bookings, everyone automatically just feels, oh, Liverpool are playing Everton, it's got to be high bookings. Or Man United are playing Man City, it's got to be high bookings. And the odds are massively inflated for it to be low bookings. So sometimes if I see the referee is handed out low bookings on a continuous basis, sometimes people become using the emotions of the derby and being, that's got to be high bookings just because it's a local derby. Where actually sometimes I'm a United fan, but sometimes United can't even get near City. So they can't even, you know what I mean? So it's certain bits like that I quite like, of how the AI algorithms are able to feed this information back that probably goes sometimes against what your initial thoughts would be for the outcome of certain events.
No, I think you're spot on there. I think one of the things it does is it helps give you an angle. Sort of, I've noticed on the lower leagues, I've been looking at the lower leagues with it because I don't know too much about the lower leagues in comparison to the Premiership and the Championship, obviously. And I feel like the system always favours goals in the lower leagues, so you're sort of backing overs more than you're backing unders, which is interesting. It can just throw up new angles, So that's what it's there for. The more information you put in, the more you get out of it, really.
Yeah, I quite like it where if the AI is saying they're predicting there might be 4 goals in the game, like you said, doing over 2.5 goals, or doing both teams to score. Sometimes doing both teams to score and the certain team to win as well. Like that. You seem to be getting like 3-4 to 1 prices on them on the lower league teams, and you're like, the AI is coming back here saying that this should be a 11 to 10 shot. I quite like the idea of how we can have our own weighted systems that we can ask, whether it's ChatGPT or AI and stuff like that. Obviously, we've got different data sources that we're pulling into it of what their prediction is of what and if they're saying it happens 50% of the time, well, that's an even money shot. So sometimes if you're basically then turning around saying it's 3 to 1, you're getting massive odds in your favour. So it's interesting. So If anyone wants to know more about our AI models that's helping Joe choosing his football tips, there's going to be plenty more videos where we're talking about the Bettors blueprint, which is just an internal AI gambling bot of what it's allowing us to ask AI what they think is going to happen in the game. It certainly isn't replacing any of our tipsters in-house, but what it's doing is it's helping influence and assist us make better outcomes and make more informed decisions of football bets.